Good morning, Derek. Sir D, as I often call him. Good morning, D. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, you two, gentlemen. Good morning, Jimmy and Nerdy. Good morning, my good friends. There's Mel G2, gangster. What is it? What do we decide G2 stood for? I forget what we decided G2 stands for. Good morning, Herbie and Marky. Good morning, HB. And Dawn. Oh, Dawn, you're going to have a good day here today. We have a special guest. Summer Wheat and my CDL permit. Congratulations. Congratulations, that's great. Sincere congratulations. Exception, good morning. Good morning. Let's make it a very good morning. I think we can do that. Yeah. Something tells me we're going to be able to pull that off. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's my favorite time of the day. When we're all sitting down for tea and hanging out together. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. 19 people, 8 likes. 9 likes, excuse me. Yeah, congratulations on the CDL. Mel. Jolie, tea is the best part of the day. My other second favorite part of the day is at the end of the day when I go to bed and I lay my head on the pillow and I review my day and I say, did I do my best? Good morning, Nick. G2 stands for a close friend that passed away a couple years ago. Thank you. I was wondering. I know we've been giving you kind of a hard time about that, and it's much joking in that. Can totally understand. Good morning, Sandman. Sandy Kim is going to be here today. 9:30. We're going to turn the camera over. We're going to call Kim, and then we're going to turn the camera on, and she's going to take over. And then you guys are going to decide who's going to... We're going to do this every Wednesday. So you guys... Good morning, Laura. And Cleanie. And Nerdy. And then you guys will decide who's going to do next Wednesday. So it's going to be wonderful. Okay? The idea is more participation. Sam P. Good morning, and Sue Little. Yeah, I think it's important that we get an opportunity to share with one another in a significant way. Good morning, everybody. Not too bad, 27 people, 19 likes. We're making a move. Nick Charles is here. Nicky's been showing up pretty regularly. Thank you, Nick. Good morning, HP. Justin LaFleur. Good morning, LaFlower. Kimberly, you're combing your hair. Really? Last time we saw you, the brush was missing. You're a doll. And you guys, I want you to know, Kim just told us she made her bed. She made her bed. Kim, I'll be calling you on IG at 9:30. Okay? Of course you can, Mark. Of course you can. And it's wonderful of you. Good morning, everybody. There certainly are, Nick. There certainly are many interesting, cool people here. That's what makes it so interesting and cool to be here. Good morning, Captain. It sure is obvious. Jess is not a bot. We're coming very close to believing that at this point. Jess is not a bot. We think. Good morning, everybody. We're going to have a wonderful day here today. Okay, we've decided. I'm not sure, Mel. We'll work on that. We've calmed down a little bit on the giveaway because it can't be the motive for being here. The motive for being here is to practice kindness and growth. And sometimes I have over-focused on, I don't want to be gimmicky. Can I put it that way? Can I put it that way? Bill D, I don't know what a CAPTCHA is. See how little I know about internet stuff? I don't know what a CAPTCHA is. Queenie, I'm just trying here. I'm trying. I want to give stuff away, but I don't want to be the gimmick master either. You know what I mean? I kind of agree with HP. But it's a great question, Mel. And if you need something, just reach out to me. Okay? Yeah, I've made it a little gimmicky. And there's part of me that's like, I want us all here for the right reason. Excuse me, here for healing and amazing company, healing and sharing. Good morning, Wazzy. Waz, I bet you can. Waz was driving to Montana yesterday. He's there now. They've gone to see their grandchild. Waz, we're going to have a great morning today. Our good friend Kim is going to be here. Good morning, everybody. It's always really nice. Mike Butterball, what? Last week, people were saying, have you seen Mike Butterball lately? And I'm like, I'm sure he's busy. Good morning, Goaty. CAPTCHA is one of those things that differentiate a robot from pickle. Oh, I know what that is. Where you have to pick the bridges out of a picture, or like there's 6 pictures and you have to pick the 3 that have a bridge. That kind of thing. Okay. See, I guess I knew what it was, I just didn't know the name of it. Okay. One of these days we're gonna run a CAPTCHA one of these days we're gonna run a CAPTCHA at Jesse Tinsley. That's what we're gonna do. We want proof. No. That's just his opening line. First thing AI did was go on Fiverr and paid someone to do a CAPTCHA. Is that right? Good divine morning to you two beyond biblical belief. Pick out all the ones that contain a bicycle, and then it's a picture of a bus. You know, those things always bugged me. It was like, come on, man. Especially because half the time I get it wrong. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I push the right button? Kim is saying bots deserve kindness too, do they? Depends on what depends on what the bot belief is. Good morning. Let's turn this phone around. 35 people, 31 likes. I think you guys are doing a great job on the likes today. Thank you. Let's turn this baby around. I'm gonna do a couple of things with you, and then we're gonna turn this program over to Kim at 9:30. Good morning. Because I'm not doing a big deal today, I decided to not comb my hair and to wear my ghost hat. I'm gonna go harvest some ghosts. So I'm gonna wear my ghost hat today. Yeah, this is my wow, bots are not people, that's the idea of a bot. Okay? Yeah, this is my hat. Look at that little boop. Yeah. I tend to wear this when I harvest ghosts. It's almost like my own little thing. Yeah. I'm going to mention this one time without politics. It's not politics. It's a sad day for America. So, we'll move on. We'll keep doing what we know to do correctly. Kind of a sad day for America. And I'm not talking about either side. I could care less. Blue, red. I'm as purple as they get. I don't talk about my personal politics here, but I do say one thing, and I'm just going to leave it at this. Shepherds don't eat until their sheep do. Shepherds don't eat until their sheep do. And yet, the people that are our shepherds today will be eating whether their sheep do or not. And that to me is the crime. It's if you're going to shut stuff down, you should not be paid. Period. If you're a shepherd, you feed the flock first. And that's all my opinion is. Enough said. I don't care whose side you're on. I don't care what your personal opinion, what your politics are. Shepherds in the real world, they do not eat until their sheep do. And that's all I have to say. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, it's a lot of people are gonna not eat, but the shepherds made sure. That should be one of the first laws we have. If you're going to shut down for whatever your reasons are, it's hypocritical to be eating when your sheep aren't. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, there's a whole lot of ego going on up there, isn't there, HB? Whole lot of creepy ego. I'm going to do a couple of rando factos this morning while we're waiting for the clock to tick to 9:30. Okay, we haven't done rando factos in a little while. Let me start out by asking a quick question. Who is the richest American Hollywood actor that is not a comedian? Who is the richest American actor that isn't also a comedian? Justin's weighing in with Johnson. HB's going Arnold. And if you guys look at Derek Anderson's answer, he's correct. Tom Cruise is currently the richest American Hollywood actor that isn't also a comedian. kind of surprised me. But who else would it be? I mean, I'd sure like to see a list of the top 10 just out of curiosity. I like Tom Cruise. I know he's got his own thoughts and his own stuff outside of Hollywood. But in terms of movies, I actually kind of like watching old Tommy. I do. I got some Tommy in me. I like watching Tom on the screen. The original Snow White included a death sentence by dancing and cannibalism. Did you know that? The original Snow White included a death sentence by dancing and cannibalism. As punishment for trying to murder Snow 3 times, Snow forces the queen to dance in red-hot iron shoes until she drops dead. You know, the original on some of these fairy tale situations are pretty dark. Okay? Snow's like, you know what, Queenie? I'm going to put you in red-hot iron shoes, and you're going to dance until you die. God. And I'm going to read it to my kids for a nighttime story. Okay? Crazy. What country is building the largest museum in the world? What country is building the largest museum in the world? Quick, without looking it up. No Google, no Google. No Google, no Google. UAE is close, Corey. Yeah, oh gosh, look at that. I mean, they're currently building the largest museum in the world. Kuwait. Makes me wonder what's going to be in their museum. What's going to be in that museum? I'm not making light of it, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of sand. I feel like there's going to be a lot of sand in that museum in some form or another. That's a pretty crazy one. Oh, the wonderful smell in the air. Stuff stolen from my rack. We're going to put it on display in the largest museum in the world. What the heck are they I mean, we got to check out that museum when it's built, okay? Stuff stolen from Iraq. That's kind of true. Bud, you have a great day. The wonderful smell in the air after it rains is a combination of plant oils, bacterial spores, shroom spores, and the ozone. That's what we're smelling. Yep. This is a crazy one. I don't know Pokemon. I have no familiarity whatsoever with Pokemon. Help me out. Is Pokemon like is it a video game? Is Pokemon, I've heard it, of course, 100 times. But is it like those, what is Pokemon, real quick? Help an old guy out. What's Pokemon? It's a cartoon. It's a show and a game and an app. It's a card game. That's what I thought it was, something to do with cards. Card game and video game. It's different medias altogether. Huh, Sammy? Check this out. The Pokemon called Spinda. Is there a character called Spinda? Help me out. Is there a Pokemon character called Spinda? funny how little I know about Pokemon. I don't know anything about it. Is there a character called Spinda? Come on, you guys, you know this stuff. Is there one called Spinda? Sanum saying yes. Sandman saying yes. You want to hear something crazy about Spinda? Gypsy, I have no idea either. I'm clueless. Okay? Zuna's like, you shouldn't even know. Like, anyone that knows. That's funny. The Pokemon called Spinda can be found in 4,294,967,295 different variations that have a different pattern of spots. What? 4 billion different that means literally every time you see it, it's got a different. How can it have that many patterns? I mean, how many spots do they have? What's going on, Spinda? None are the same, HB. They actually have a number, 4,294,967,295. Who's in charge of counting? Nerdy, I ain't got time for that. Who's the counter? Who's the inventory guy? That's insane. Okay? Wow. And Captain Obvious says they make the kid buy every one. 4 billion different patterns. That's enough said. According to U.S. law, vodka, this is a law. This is a law. Okay, wait a minute. Vodka must be, quote, without distinctive character, aroma, taste, or color. It's so important that we're going to make a law about it. I could swear I've tasted flavored vodka. I could swear I have. I could swear I've tasted flavored vodka. Am I breaking the law? Okay. Who wrote the law and who voted on it? Yeah, Santa, what about cherry vodka? Okay. But I guess they're saying vodkas must maintain rubbing alcohol flavor. Sandman says if there's any flavor, it's not vodka. Okay. Of course, I'm just reading what they're saying. It's a law. Okay. This is a crazy one. Here's a crazy one. You ready? Lenny Luca Brasi Montana of The Godfather used to be an arsonist for the mob. He was an arsonist for the mob. His particular form of arsonery, his particular form, remember that this is an adult show, cover your children's ears, cover the kids' ears. According to this, he would tie a kerosene-soaked tampon to a mouse's tail, light it, and set it loose in a building. I'm giving him points for creativity. Put the woman's napkin down. God, that is, oh, God. Yeah, what are you doing, Luca? Can you just throw a Molotov cocktail or something? Oh no, I'm not. Let the rat go. Oh, Luca. Justin goes, that's got Peter written all over it. Yep. I'm reporting him. North Korea. A lot of censorship going on in North Korea, am I right? A lot of censorship that's going on for decades now, am I right? North Korea. But guess what? North Korea only started blocking Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube in April of this year. Kim Jong-il, I would have thought that they would have been blocking that stuff since inception. Okay? You can't fly drones over there. Craziness. Plants can hear, in quotations, hear as we would understand it. Excuse me. Plants can hear flowing water. Plant roots seek out buried pipes through which water flows, even if the exterior of the pipe is dry. They hear the water going through the pipe, and they send their roots down and like, oh, geez, it's a pipe. That's crazy. I can hear it. That's craziness. It's beautiful. Nature's wonderful. Let me see if I have another one real quick because we're getting ready to go see Kim. How about this one? You want to talk about election interference? Sona, that's a good question. Can mycelium hear? Well, it certainly talks. It certainly sends signals from plants to plants. It's a signal network, that's for sure. We know that. In Justin, you don't have to go see Kim. You just stay right here. Kim's coming to see us. Notorious that he's had it happen to his pipes. That's crazy. Election interference. In 1927, Charles D.B. King won the presidential election in Liberia when he got 234,000 votes against the opponent's 9,000. It's 932. Oh gosh, let me go. The funny thing about that is there were only 15,000 registered voters in Liberia at the time. Oh gosh, it's just a little phony baloney. 15,000 registered voters, and the dude that won got 234,000 votes. Stuff in the ballot box. Let's go find Kim. Okay? Let's go find Kim. That's craziness. Let's get Kim on here. Where's my Kimmy? Kim, I'm calling you right now. Here we go. Calling the professor.
Hello.
Kim's camera is off.
Let's turn the video on. There we go. Hi, everyone. Is the audio working? I'm no longer conceited.
Kim, your camera is off.
Give it a second.
Okay.
Is it on?
Not yet.
Oh, no.
We see a cute little picture of you in a tie-dye shirt, though.
Okay. I have it on this side. Maybe the lag is affecting that, too.
Okay. We'll give it a second here. We're definitely getting your audio.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, maybe if I do... Wait, what if I do that? I turn my camera off.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Here.
Let me do this.
Okay.
Did that help?
No.
No. That's weird because I see myself in the little video frame.
Okay, why don't I do this? I'm getting a... Gypsy says just push all the buttons. That's what she would do.
Push all the buttons.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, babe. I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call you again.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay. Boom! There you are.
All right. Sometimes you just have to read.
Okay, now what's up with the audio? How's your audio?
I think my audio is fine. Can you hear me?
No, we're not hearing you. We see you now, but we don't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Maybe third time's the charm?
What? We're figuring out how to do this. Put phone on speaker. Turn your phone up, Pops. Mine is all the way up.
Okay, I've got mine all the way up. Mine's up. Mine is up.
You're all the way up?
Yes. Can you hear me at all?
No. I mean, we can hear you, but it's incredibly low. I mean, I barely can hear you. Kim and I apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're working it. Put it on speaker. She is on speaker. No.
All of them up. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Hear me now. I can hear you fine, Pops. But
I don't know what's going on.
Let's try one more time. Let's try connecting one more time.
Yeah, my phone is maxed out here. Let's see. Oh, I don't want this to not work.
Let's try one
Yeah.
more time.
The microphone button next to the camera, I pushed that, right? You guys can see mine here, right? Mine is on. Okay, Kim, let's do this. We're going to hang up and you're going to call me. Okay. We'll work this out, you guys. First time is a charm. Okay. We're waiting for Kim to call us. Okay, answering.
How's that?
Boom! We gotcha.
Woo!
All right, Kimmy. The show's all yours. Take it away.
I really wish I could hug your neck.
Why?
This virtual stuff sucks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we gotcha. So now we know maybe in the future the person has to call me.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that'll work.
We've gotten this accomplished dial before, though.
True.
So when we try to do it, it's suddenly difficult. But when we accidentally do it, it works just fine.
Kim, you look great this morning.
Thank you, Pops. So do you.
Okay, girl.
I only see half your face because the other half is behind your computer.
Well, they're not paying attention to me anymore. Take it away.
It's good to see you guys. Unfortunately, now I can't read your comments because I'm on Instagram. So I will have to check that out at the end of the show.
Okay.
It's really good to see all of you guys, though.
Yeah, you just talk without comments. And I'm reading some. If anything super important comes up, I'll let you know.
Please do.
Okay.
Let me know. Keep me up to date with the comments there.
Okay.
I feel privileged to host this show today. I guess today's October the 1st. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
October the 11th, I won my first prize on tea 4 years ago. So this is about my tea-anniversary right now. I watched maybe 3 episodes before I caught it live. Yeah, 4 years. So my life has changed a lot in the last 4 years. I thought I was doing pretty good when I started this show. My friend Lee Wilson had to drag me to tea, and I just couldn't get into it without it being live, without the chat, without all of you guys. I don't know. I really like the 4 agreements, and that's what brought me in. That's what made me want to keep watching, because I was studying the 4 agreements right then. So I thought I was doing good. I was going to Al-Anon once a week, and that changed my life. It made me not as crazy, but I wasn't really happy, and I definitely needed some microdoses. I needed what the medicine delivers. So I started watching tea on a regular basis. After the first win, I watched my first episode and happened to win that day. I won a lot, I have to admit.
Wait,
I had to stop.
Kim, you won on the very first. You won on your very first day.
I won the very first episode I watched. I won.
Wow.
And the trivia questions were really cool. It was something that maybe I knew a lot of the answers to, and so I won occasionally. And then I realized that I think I won some genetics, and I started growing my own. I'd been growing from spores before that, and the LC made it a lot easier and faster to grow. So then I had a surplus, and I didn't have to win as often, and I backed off and realized that everybody else deserves a chance to win. So now I still like to play, but I don't have to win because I have my own. And I encourage you, if you're not growing your own and you appreciate the medicine, to start that. It makes a huge difference to be able to help other people whenever they can't get their medicine. So anyway, so it has
Kim,
made me a more patient and kind person.
Kimmy, a couple of comments, okay, real quick. Let me run a couple of comments by you. All right. First of all, you guys should know that Kim was one of the very first people to come and visit us in person. She and her friend Lee got on a plane and they flew out here. Wasn't it right after Christmas of that year?
No, we didn't get on a plane, Pop.
Oh, no, that's right.
We drove a broken down vehicle all the way from Texas to Michigan.
Yeah, that's right. You guys drove the whole way. I apologize. You're right. But yeah, it was herself and her friend Lee, and we put them up in the guest room, and it was just an incredibly wonderful weekend with her. Some of the comments real quick. Summer saying she loves to see you. Notorious says he's impressed that you remember when you won. Nick Charles says Christmas Eve of 2021 was his first win. Summer said she won on the first day. Vegas said she won on the first day. Wow, you guys. Just a lot of beautiful comments about how wonderful you are. Go on.
I don't think I remembered when I won, but I looked back how long I've had my Instagram account, and It was October the 11th when I started that. And I remember I started the Instagram specifically to get my prize. And at that point, I thought, there's no way this man is going to send me anything in the mail. And I think we've all had that feeling when that white box shows up in your mailbox. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. So it's been an adventure. Yeah. We made a pilgrimage to Pops because we felt like we needed to meet this man that was leading all of this. And we got to meet Brock. We stayed in the Mush Lounge or the guest room. We got to go fishing with Captain Jeff. That was amazing. Got to meet Kevin. Kevin made me fish with 2 fishing poles until I insisted he use one of them. And we lost a couple of fish because of that.
I totally remember that.
It was the most amazing trip because I got to meet a lot of the tea crew that live in the area. And we called it a mini mush fest, but I think it was really full size. I think it was about a year and a half after that I came to visit, and I did fly that time because I was going solo. And that's where I met Mike. So MVP showed up at Pop's doorstep and told us about emailing Eric. And when he thought he was emailing Eric, and he emailed his boss or texted his boss saying that he wasn't coming to work that day because he was going to stay home and prep grain spawn. And it accidentally got sent to his boss. So MVP lost his job because of growing mushrooms. But I thought, that's a worthy cause right there.
I remember that. Quick update for the crew. So Mike comes to that at the same Mush Fest that Kim's at, and Mike shows up, and about halfway through the first day, Mike informs us all that he just got fired from his job. And we're like, what? He goes, yeah, I told a lie to my boss, but I sent the text to the wrong person. And when the boss read it, he was like, that's it, you're out. And Mike was like, well, I guess I'm just going to have a good time. And that's when you two met. Go on.
He schooled us in Monopoly a little bit. And we got together later that year. I guess it was about a month later he came to visit, and we really hit it off. So we decided to pool our resources, and he moved in March. We got engaged at the Mushtoberfest in October, and then later married in July. So I really owe this group my relationship and my continuing improvement on our relationship. We both have to work on it continuously. And if you think you're going to find the right person where you're not going to have to work on your relationship, you've got yourself fooled, because you both have to put 100%, sometimes 110% into a marriage to keep it going. We don't always have good days. Some days are rough. Some days we fight. We try not to go to bed angry, but sometimes we do, and we have to work through our differences. We are very different from one another, and we balance each other out, but we have to let one another balance us. I've met so many friends in this group. There's a lot of them watching right now. I love all of you guys. I loved having Mush Fest because we always get to meet new people. Pops, I really thank you for leading our group. You have been a fearless leader. I know how much it takes to show up every morning. And you don't just show up. You show up prepared with something good. You do your research. You put in hours outside of this class. And I know it takes that. And I, for one, appreciate it. I know a lot of other people do. HB has been really good at getting responses from everybody and getting feedback and letting you know how much you really mean to us.
Some people here are asking, how is your mother doing?
My mother's still struggling. She is getting better, but she still hasn't had the second surgery. They got 70% through a really massive spinal surgery, and her blood pressure started tanking. So instead of letting her code on the table, she's got a DNR. They stopped the surgery, and she's going through a redo of a spinal fusion that's most of her spine. And they still have all the hardware to put in.
Wow.
She is getting off of pain meds. She's getting to the point she can get that second surgery. She's been on antibiotics, and she has to be off of those for 2 weeks. So I think it's sometime right after this Monday she's eligible for the next surgery.
Okay.
We know that this is a risky surgery, and she has that DNR. So we have been going to visit her and making sure we tell her how much we love her, because we know the risks involved.
How far away from you does she live?
She normally lives 3 hours from me, but she is at the best doctor maybe in the nation, and she's in Plano, Texas right now. That's about 6 hours from us.
Ooh.
She's about eight hours from her home. So whenever we were headed there, Dad was coming back from getting resupplied. He went home and did the laundry and mowed all the yard. They have a couple of acres of a yard, so it wasn't just getting out the little lawnmowers. He had to get out the tractor and mow the yard, and he got the credit card bill paid and headed back to Plano. So pray for my dad too, because he's older than my mother, and he's in good shape, but he still is wearing himself out in this.
Well,
I know how much she means to him. They met in high school, and they've been married for 2019. It was 50 years, so it's 56 years, I think, this last August. Yeah. And their relationship is like MVPs and I. They don't always get along. They love each other and they depend on one another, but sometimes they drive each other crazy. My mother is incredibly tolerant, and when she leans over and says, "He's driving me crazy," then I know she's had enough. And I know he gets tired because he has to do a lot more than he used to, because she's no longer able to. So
interrupting you to let you know that you have tons of well wishes and people here that are praying for you and your mother and your father, and we can't imagine. We can only think we can imagine how tough it is.
This one's not as tough as the last one where she was in for a substantial amount of time. That was in 2020. They sent her home after a pretty massive back surgery, and she was anemic, and she fell and broke both of her legs. And they had to go and put rods in both of her legs, one above the knee and one below the knee. But she kept coding. She coded on the table twice, and they revived her. And it was tough because it was during COVID lockdowns, and we couldn't go see her. So we were left with getting phone calls, and my dad would call me and tell me all this, and he said, "Do you know how hard it is every time they call?" And I said, "Yeah, do you know how hard it is every time you call?" Because you never knew what the news was going to be. So at least this time we get to be there with her. She's an incredibly strong lady. She's had diabetes since she was 12, and they told her she would live to somewhere between 43 and 50, and she's turning 76 this month. So
we can tell you're very touched, Kim. Very touched. Talk to us about your school, your class.
So I'm teaching a general physics 1 and 2 class face-to-face right now. That's a lot of fun. We get to do things like take air rockets out and shoot them off. We're shortly going to build hot air balloons with soda straws and birthday candles and fly flame around the classroom. How cool is that? I'm also teaching an online astronomy class right now. Tonight we're having our first sky viewing session. So we're going to be taking a couple of telescopes out and looking at Saturn. I think the moon is going to be visible. We have a couple of other items in the sky to see. The last couple, we've had 30 people show up. So we have 1 or 2 telescopes set up and a line.
Do you have a pretty good do you have pretty good clarity there?
It's okay. It's a small town, so we're actually on campus. They built a new garden center attached to the school, and so we can just kind of bring the telescopes right outside the building and set them up. And there's a little bit of light pollution, but some of the brighter objects in the sky we don't have a problem seeing. It's going to be a good night.
It sounds like it. Just interrupting you. I have some grand nieces and nephews, my nieces and nephews' children, who I don't have much of a relationship with because I live way over here. But in the last couple of weeks, I just felt the need to send the kids some rando presents, and telescope is my go-to. I send them a telescope for the whole group, and just hope that the family spends an evening out watching the stars. I think telescopes I love telescopes. Okay, go on.
That is an excellent gift, Pops.
Yeah.
That's very generous. My parents gave me my first telescope when I was 11, maybe, somewhere around there, and it was a very basic. It was like the Galilean telescope, just a straight shot, basic optics. You could look at the moon. You couldn't see much else, but it got me outside looking at the sky. Telescopes aren't outrageously expensive anymore.
No.
I have a decent one that I bought from somebody at Texas Tech in the math department, and I paid $200 for I believe it's a 6-inch Newtonian. If you live in a windy area, I'm going to suggest a reflector telescope. It's got its center of mass at the base, and so wind doesn't disturb it as much. It doesn't look like we think of as telescopes. We think of telescopes as being on a tripod. If you do have a telescope on a tripod, you can hang a backpack full of rocks or whatever you have at your campsite or wherever you're at from underneath the tripod, and it helps stabilize it greatly. So there's just a little tip for you if you're into astronomy.
That's a great tip. That's a great tip.
I didn't know any astronomy when I started teaching it, and I'm learning along with the students. I had a friend that is really an expert with a telescope that's almost identical to mine, and he inspired me. I can turn a student into an expert on this telescope in about 15 minutes. So, easy to use, hard to destroy.
Gypsy is asking you, what does Kim think of a 3-eye atlas and its chemical makeup?
I think MVP has been following 3-Eye Atlas closer than I have. He's a little bit of a tinfoil hat guy, and he thinks that there's a possibility that it's an alien spaceship. I don't think I really subscribe to that. I think it's probably a comet. It might have a rockier core than we're used to seeing in a comet. But I would really like to get a view of it. I hope that it is as spectacular as they say it could be. I don't know really what to expect. I haven't seen that many comets in my life. We took the spectrum of comet Hale-Bopp when I was in graduate school as one of our projects. We didn't do a very good job of it, but we did it. And we computerized the telescope and put a motor mount on it as part of that project.
Thank you for that answer.
What do you guys think it is?
We're hearing spaceship over here. There's a lot of spaceship comments.
Here's a popsicle stick. It's kind of in reverse.
Never trust and
backwards.
They make up. Yeah. That's
make
definitely
up everything.
That's definitely one of mine. Yeah. Go on, Kim. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you.
That's okay. So Pops, tonight when you're all tucked into bed already, I'll still be hosting students. We're meeting 8 to 10 tonight, but it's for you guys it's 9 to 11. So I hope to have a good turnout. We've kind of gotten to start the astronomy program at South Plains College. So that's been a privilege.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Get to do something new.
Yeah.
And with the online class, you can reach so many more people. I'm limited to 24 in my face-to-face class, but I have 150 astronomy students right now. So it's great. In addition to what I have going on at work, we've got a lot of projects going on here at the house. This weekend, we're going to Trinidad to have a mycology meetup at Mutiny. Mutiny is a really nifty store. They have where you can buy cereal by the bowl, oatmeal. It's kind of a coffee bar. It's got a lot of neat artsy things there that you can buy. They support local artists and local grow your own. And they also support the mycology movement in Colorado.
Okay.
So they've been really generous to host us. And we're going to meet Nerdy and his family there. So I'm glad that Nerdy could make the trip down. It's, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 hours drive from Denver to Trinidad, going from the middle of the state to the southern edge.
So Trinidad's in Colorado?
It's barely in Colorado. It's the first city that you come to if you come up through the corridor to Colorado. And so it's kind of the weed capital of Colorado in the south, because you make it over the border and suddenly there's all these dispensaries. New Mexico's legalized now, so...
How far a drive is that for you?
The Colorado trip?
Yeah, to Trinidad.
It's 5.5 hours from where we're at.
Wow.
So, but it allows us to get involved with the mycology movement without as much risk as there is here.
Boy, Tim, you do some road warrior work to get your mycology on and help spread that message to community with the traveling you guys do up to the Colorado Myco League and stuff. I greatly admire you. Can just you put the miles in. You do, girl.
My parents taught me that. They would go on insane road trips, and I was on some of them. We went from Texas to North Carolina, and then from North Carolina to Washington, D.C. Saw all of Washington, D.C. that we were going to see in a day. Drove all night to New York City, went up the Statue of Liberty, got a hotel room, slept for a while, got in, drove to Kansas, or to Pennsylvania, then from Pennsylvania to Kansas and back to Texas. So it was maybe a 2-week trip that we did all that. And we pulled a lot of all-nighters on the road. And luckily, Mike is a good driver, and he can stay awake with those 5-hour energy shots. So he does most of our driving. I spell him when I need to.
Okay.
But we have some really great trips, and we're trying to ripple as far as we can. So sometimes that takes some time and some dedication. Sometimes it's exhausting, and we have to take breaks in between.
Yeah, I'm just, again, it filled with admiration for people that that put their actions where their words are.
Pops, we really hope that you can make it to one of our Colorado Mush Fests. We've got a really good thing going there, and I think you would have a great time. You could show up and not have to be responsible for anything, just have a good time.
I'm going to try to prioritize it for this coming summer, Kim. Yeah.
That'd be great.
You know, I can, because it's just simply a matter of setting up my grow schedule and things like that. And things are much, much simpler in my life right now. And I also have a bank of stuff put to the side, so I can afford to take some more downtime than I have been able to in quite some time.
That'd be awesome. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to yours too. We're planning on coming. As long as you have it after school's out for the summer. I think that's around May the 17th usually. So
okay.
You have it maybe the third week of May.
We haven't set the date yet. I'm still, like you're just telling me right now, I really do have to find a consensus weekend that works for the majority. So we'll start really discussing that in detail. I think January. Let everybody get through the holidays and everything, and then we'll try to figure out a date that works best for the majority. But I'm certainly gonna be hosting something here because I need to see my pals. I need a lot of hugs. Yeah, I got a few to give too.
That sounds great. I look forward to it. I always love the Mush Fest. We get to see people, meet new people. The hugs are amazing.
My favorite thing about
Sometimes
Much
there's-
Fests is the dose counter.
Yeah, and sometimes there's things consumed through jalapeno peppers and such. So
Yeah, I like the dose counter because you get to see a community putting all their stuff out there, and it's just like grab bag it, baby. Take whatever you want and leave the rest. And it's like that's a pretty rare thing, I think, in today's world. Or
if you need to be resupplied, come to a Mush Fest.
yeah, yeah.
Even if you have to fly, you can mail yourself a package home.
And you can usually leave with as much product as the value of anything it took you to get there.
That is true.
It is true. Yeah. So you more than break even.
I agree.
Well, go on, Kim. I'm going to give you about 5 more minutes, my love.
Okay.
We're getting, it's a little bit after 10, but I think we've got 5 more minutes, and I'll not interrupt you again.
I just want to say how grateful I am to all of you. And Pops, you guys have changed my life for the better. I continue to grow through this program. Sometimes it's difficult to wake up. I have to be honest with you. My alarm is set for the beginning of the show. Sometimes I hit the snooze button. And I'm usually doing my constitutional sometime during the show. Give me 5 people who are sitting on the pot right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can't beat it's a shout out. I said I wouldn't interrupt you, and here I am. But it's a shout out to Bill D, Derek Anderson, and 1 or 2 other people who I know I'm missing right now. But boy, those gentlemen they're the key holders. They open up the gym every morning.
Yes, the moderators too. They keep the flow of the chat useful.
100%.
Keep all the trolls at bay. And I remember the show before moderators, and we had a lot of problematic people. Let's just put it that way.
A lot of static.
Right.
Yeah.
And I so appreciate the moderators.
I agree with you. Good
keep
call.
up the good work, guys.
And
Keep
that's
that rate
Herbie
going.
and Derek Anderson. Thank you, gentlemen. As a matter of fact, everybody give them a round of applause. Okay, go on.
So, I just wanted to say that I love you guys. I hope to see all of you soon, whether it be in Colorado. If you want to come visit us in Texas, get a hold of me. We don't have Mush Fest in Texas, maybe for obvious reasons, but we'd love to have you guys come and visit. We have a spare room and we have some cots. We also have an Airbnb that's not very far from the house, so we've rented that before and we'll put you up. So if you feel like coming to visit us for a couple of days, then do so. Realize that we're both working full time, so the summers and the end of the year is the best time when we're on break. But we always love to see T Crew members. We are going to make it up to see Pops in his new house at some point.
Yeah.
Put some love into that house.
Yep. Yep. We still have to do a housewarming. Still haven't done a housewarming.
Right, we got to help you run off those skunks.
Yes. Yes. Get rid of those guys. Are there comments?
But we can always say, hey, that's why it smells like skunks around here, is because there's actual skunks.
Have you guys stopped commenting out there, or is there something wrong with the comments? I haven't seen a new comment come through in a little bit. Talk to me, commenters. The last comment I see on here is from Bill D. And maybe it's a technical glitch, I'm not sure. I would imagine they're still
Chat
commenting.
frozen.
Okay, give me 5 people just to see if we're still seeing comments.
Give me 5 people who are still awake this morning.
Okay, I think it's probably a technical glitch because I'm sure that they're commenting.
We may be spinning in circles, Pops.
True that.
And I can't see I can't see T anymore, so I don't know what's going on over there.
No,
it was good visiting with you, though.
Well, we did a good job of getting you live today, even with some of the technical difficulties. Thank you for hanging in there. I'll bet you in the future, it would probably take 2 screens, one that you're talking to, and then one next to you where you could actually see it and read the comments. But
that's a better idea to have 2 devices. I have my phone, and I'm like the young people and do everything on my phone.
Yeah.
And I don't have a laptop here, so.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough because I'm sitting here with devices all around me, an array of devices. So I'm able to, run the program that way. But Kim, thank you again for volunteering, being volunteered. Yes, for being our guinea pig today. You look beautiful. You sound beautiful. I love you and Mike very, very much.
I combed my hair.
You combed your hair. It looks fantastic. Your eyes look beautiful this morning. Have a great day today. Have a great class tonight. Thank you again. And I'm going to switch over to the regular situation here to close out for today. And then we'll decide, as a group tomorrow, we'll decide who's going to be Kim 2.0 next Wednesday. Who's going to volunteer to put themselves out there and be an example next week.
Love you guys. Love you, Pops.
Love you, Kenny. Talk to you soon. Okay. Alrighty, we're back. I still don't see comments coming through on my screen right now, so I'm just going to assume it's some kind of a technical difficulty. It has been about 10 minutes, and the last thing I saw was from Gypsy and then Bill. But that's okay. We'll figure this stuff out. Everything's a learning process, right, guys? I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling incredibly blessed that Kim would come on here and talk to us and be willing to be our first example, right? So I think it's time to scroll out. We'll be back on a regular situation tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll find out who's going to be our guest host next Wednesday. I think it works. I like the idea. I probably have to do a little more tweaking on the technical end here, but I can tell you guys from the bottom of my heart that the harvest that we receive here every day and the goodness and kindness that we show to each other every day is pretty amazing. And Kim must have really captured you guys because there's been no drop off on the viewership. There's almost the same amount of people that were started here are still here. So she did a phenomenal job. I'm going to give her a round of applause. And I'm going to thank each and every, I can't see the scrolly too much, but I can tell you guys, thank you again. We'll see you tomorrow. And 4 things that we believe, 4 agreements that we've made to change all of the agreements that I've had in my life and in the world, all the false ones and the crazy ones, and the ones that have given me no good mental health, all put to the side. And today I work off of 4 basic agreements. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Number 3, don't make assumptions. And number 4, just like we did here today, do your best. And whatever that comes out to is darn good enough. Peace pops out. Thank you guys.